This is your boy Leon D. We're going to talk about a lot of things on this podcast, primarily food. I like to talk about food a lot, but we're going to talk about food around the world. We're going to talk about some other things that's going to touch your heart or make you mad. It really don't matter, but I'm gonna tell you about it though. DJ Leon D. Peace. Let's get it on. This is your boy DJ Leon, and I'm here talking about food again. Let me tell you about a place I went to, and the food really sucked. I've been there before, but I really didn't know how bad the food was until I stayed 5 days. I stayed 5 whole days. Let me tell you about how the food was. And I'm gonna throw this video up so you can see some places I went to. You know, in America, we got some pretty large cities here. And you think the bigger the city, the more options you have. I'm here to tell you, nah, it really don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. But let me tell you how it works though. I went to a city, over 1 million people live in this city, probably 4 or 5 million live in this particular area. I went to San Jose. Been there before, Silicon Valley, did all this stuff before. But let me tell you, there ain't nowhere to eat there. California food, if it's kind of like you got all these little Silicon Valley people who come from around the world, primarily Asia, India, and all that. I'm gonna tell you how I knew how bad it was. I decided to go to Yelp and TripAdvisor and some of the other sites and say, give me the best 50 restaurants in the city. They came back with everything but food that originates in California. They came back with steak houses, a couple of seafood places, and I'm like, this is just disappointing. I can get a steakhouse. That's why I go to Texas to get steak. That's why I go to Texas. I don't go to California to get a steak. Matter of fact, I don't recall seeing too many damn cows running around California. I seen oil wells downtown LA. you know. But I just don't see a lot of good food. But saying that, because no matter where I go, I'm not gonna starve. I'm gonna tell you what I did and where I ate at, and I really appreciated the food. And I'm gonna tell you what kind of food it was. Now, like I said, I went to San Jose, and I was trying to just find just that one dream meal. Just trying to find it. Wasn't gonna happen. They had tri-tip and all this. Man, if you got a cow, if you got a cow, you can get all kind of food. If you got a cow, you can get all kind of food. Tri-tip is right below the throat of a cow. It's a tough piece of meat, and if you cook it slow and low, it can be one of the best cuts of a cow. Oh yeah. But so, and Oakland was a little farther than I wanted to go because it was rush hour and the traffic is pretty bad, but not like the East Coast traffic. So Oakland got soul food. They got all kind of foods you want to have. I said, they got soul food, they got barbecue, they got this, they got that, they got that. And then I said, well, San Fran ain't got nothing to eat either. San Fran got a lot of nice restaurants named, like the Stinking Rose, where everything is garlic, but it's named the Stinking Rose for a reason. But so I didn't. So I debated. I said, well, I got to be back here by a certain time. So what I did, and I found out this works. Santa Clara, which is right next to San Jose. Santa Clara is a city of maybe 300,000, and it's in the heart of Silicon Valley. I found some great German food. Like I said, I'm all about trying new stuff. I found some great German food. So I went there. Man, they gave me authentic German food. I had a lamb shank, man, that could feed a family of 10. And they got authentic German beer. I'm like, this is not bad at all. The service was good. And you had probably 50% of the 80 people in there just sat around the bar, near the bar, just drinking. Now, they could have eaten before I got there. But so that tells me the beer got to be something special if you're going to just sit around and just drink all day after work. But I ordered from the menu. I had one of the best meals I had in California in 20 years. Now, don't get me wrong. These two German places were just outliers. They were just one-offs. So For me, that was great because it wasn't crowded in the dining room. You had your own butler. Everything was good. There's no problems. Everything was just the way you wanted to be. So I found myself going there 2 out of 4 days because I could not find anything else to eat in the San Jose area. I'm going to tell you, when I knew it was bad trying to find food in San Jose, and so I kept going back to Santa Clara. They had a couple mom and pops restaurants downtown, but the food didn't excite me at all. It was food that old people eat. It wasn't anything exciting, anything glamorous. So what I did was that I went back and I decided to Google barbecue in Santa Clara, barbecue in San Jose. It came back with about 100 restaurants, barbecue. I said, oh, it's great. It was all Korean barbecue. I put in Southern barbecue. I put in Texas barbecue. I put in North Carolina barbecue, just hoping something would hit. Well, I got news for you. Hope is a terrible strategy unless you're in a club begging a girl at 2 a.m. You hoping they say something positive outside of, can you give me a ride home? Bye. So I'm Googling all kind of different kind of foods. San Jose just didn't have it. And I totally know why. Matter of fact, San Jose got about 4 million people in that area south of the San Fran airport. No, they just didn't have it. It's terrible. You're going to starve. You're going to die. If you want something exotic, something different, when you get that many Korean barbecue restaurants, that tells you what the population likes. And also it tells you who's the population. Because those Korean restaurants cooking barbecue, got to have a Korean somewhere close by, either the owner or the cook. But there's a Korean somewhere in the neighborhood. That is just what it is. I was totally in shock when I said, this is the best they can do here. Oh yeah. They just don't have food that is going to make a comfort food guy like myself or a guy who wants something that's not Asian happy. It's just not going to happen. And I didn't, you go to a steakhouse and the first thing they tell you in a steakhouse, we got tri-tip. I'm like, what about a good porterhouse? What about a good this? No, they got tri-tip. They got tri-tip. And then the funny thing about San Jose area is not far from the wine region of California. It's not far at all. I'm talking maybe an hour drive. But here's the thing I don't understand. I can buy Ernest and Julio, E&J, wine cheaper on the East Coast than I can in California. I have not figured that part out yet. Yeah, I can buy it cheaper on the East Coast than I can in California, where all the wine is made. I'm like, I'm driving for like 150 miles. All I see is grapes. And I'm thinking, they done smashed those grapes, fermented the grapes, put them in a bottle, bought the glass for the bottle, shipped them to the East Coast, and it's cheaper than just buying them right here. I could have plucked the grapes off the vines. I could have plucked the hell out of them. But I was like, that don't make no damn sense. And people say, oh, it's the taxes. Taxes is only 9%. Why was that? It was 9%, maybe 10%. In Maryland, on the East Coast over here, taxes ain't that much cheaper. 3% don't make it $4 difference in the cost of the wine. But, and I guess California, they just used to it. It's kind of like me cooking barbecue and I sell it to myself for more than I'm going to sell it to you. And I'm the one who made it. I don't quite get that part at all. But, California's always been a strange state. And most people on the East Coast are waiting for it to fall off. Is doing it one brick at a time in the ocean. And we know it's going to happen at some point. So my whole thing was, you go to a city of 4 or 5 million people in the metro area, and you really struggle to get some good food. And then you go to Oakland, and the strange thing about Oakland is that nothing seems to be open on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. something is closed every day of the week. You know, a place called Sheila's, everybody raves about it. But, oh, by the way, they're not open on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is the same stuff in Memphis. How do y'all make money being closed half the week? I know that restaurant's probably a part-time job because based on the location of it, but have you ever thought about what if you open every damn day? What kind of money can you make? Maybe you did think about it and you tried it and it failed. Well, I can tell you right now, if you open every day of the week and you fail, open half the week ain't gonna make you successful. But at the same time, I'll tell you this, I know too, when you open only a few days out of the week, that means that only the locals know about you. Because the people who are visiting, you know, they're not gonna say, I'm gonna go to Oakland on Wednesday because Sheila's open. Hell no, you're gonna go to the day that flight's the cheapest and the hotel's the cheapest. And if you open, you open. If you're not, my business is going somewhere else. But back to San Jose. Now they got towns like Fremont and other towns that's close by. But do you really want to drive an hour to get, you know, I personally don't wait no more than 15 minutes on any restaurant. I have yet to see one that had food that is worth me waiting more than 15 minutes in my life. Because when I waited more than 15 minutes, the food was no better than if I had waited just 5 minutes. And I feel like I'm doing you a favor by coming to your restaurant. I'll call you and ask you when's the busy time. And if you tell me, you know, we're not busy at 7 o'clock, I'm coming at 7 o'clock. But if I'm going to wait 30 minutes, guess what? I'm going next door. And if worst comes to worst, I'll get a burger for somewhere else. If worst comes to worst. So my whole point was, the food in San Jose is not very diverse. The food really sucks. It's not very diverse. And they target an audience making like about $400,000 a year because, you know, you can get something real basic in there. You know, a piece of fish, it's going to cost you $50. I mean, I was like, are you guys serious? You know, for a piece of fish? And I'm not the kind of person that really cares how my food look. I said earlier about women, how they look is only part of the solution. But when it comes to food, it's got to taste good. Because I've tasted food in Europe and other places that had its natural color. And when you see some foods, natural color, it's not all shined up, it's not all polished, like apples in, you know, grocery store. You see this natural look, and man, you be like, that really don't look that great. I'm going to tell you something that I really like, but this natural look turns me off. Eggplant. I'm like, this eggplant don't really look like something a human should eat. Look like a cucumber that's malfunctioned as it was growing up. But if you cook and season an eggplant correct, it's great. And so I don't really, you know how it looks is just only part of it. But I understand that most people eat with their eyes first. They eat with their eyes first. And they can't get over what does not look appealing to them. I'm not one of those people. I can see food that don't look appealing. At least take a bite. At least take a bite. And if it's free, take 2 bites. Take 2 if it's free. So my whole point to this story is that if you go out to Silicon Valley, unless you're a vegan or a vegetarian or something like that, you're going to have problems. If you're not one of those, you're going to have problems. See, I am a meatitarian. That's why I have problems. You're going to drive for 5,000 miles and you're going to see grapes and avocados and all this kind of stuff and cucumbers. No, I want to see something grazing. Whether it's a bison, a buffalo, a cow, a pig, a chicken, I got to see something that can run. See, vegetables growing out of the ground can't run. They have no legs. That's the problem. Anything that I like and I don't pay a lot of money for has to be able to outrun me. If you can't outrun me, I'm not paying for you because I can catch it, eat it myself. That's just how it works. So people who can outrun me, and not, you know, I'm talking about your chickens and all your animals. And there's some that actually everything I like can outrun me. Now think about it, whether it's a bear or alligator, Yeah, ducks. Yeah. Everything I like. If I'm gonna pay more than $20, if I'm gonna pay more than $20, it's very simple. It's got to have legs. If I spend more than $20 on a Mexican combo plate, I guarantee something on that plate at one point had legs. And I'm not really picky. 2, 3, or 4. You can have a cow with 3 legs. I'll make it work. So that's just me. So, like I said, you have price points. And matter of fact, I can't even find Persian food. Matter of fact, I don't know who's native to San Jose and who's not. All I know is that you see a shitload of Teslas on the highway. It's almost like every other car is a Tesla. And, so, Silicon Valley is very energy efficient, very, very clean. That's their thing. I am not. I drive a V8 gas guzzler. If I get 10 miles to the gallon, I had a good trip. I don't look at gas mileage. I look at convenience only. If it's convenient for what I'm trying to do and where I want to go, and safety. I want all the whistles and bells, but I am not that kind of person who's going to sit there and try and be cute and try and think about all this kind of stuff. No, that's not me. I'm the guy that's going to have the last V8 in the world when we decide to go all electric. Hopefully by then I'll be off this earth and I'll be in the ground making noise, saying I want my Hertz, I want my Hertz to be a V8 Cadillac. That's how I'm going out, and I can get with that. But when you go south of San Jose, ain't no food down there either. It's just one of those cities that I don't know why they even have restaurants. To be honest about it, why they have restaurants, I don't even know, because you don't find anything. Like I said, I don't want something that you're not famous for. California is not famous for beef. I'm not saying they don't have beef, but you think of beef, you think of Texas, Oklahoma. You think of out somewhere in the Midwest, Iowa, Nebraska, because Nebraska got a lot of cattle factories out there. Well, cattle processing. I don't think that the cattle out there are equal to the humans. No, they being slaughtered. The cows they're gonna be fed to the humans very, very, very soon. But you think in the Midwest, from Minnesota all the way down, because Minnesota got pigs because they make Spam. We all know where Spam comes from, Minnesota. So, and Spam is nuts and butts. Yeah, you got nuts mixed with butts, so they got a little everything there. Anything on a pig or a cow is right into the Spam or sausage. So my whole point is, there are places you're gonna struggle to find good food in this country, and it should not be in a big city. But saying that, they are not a very diverse society, or city. No, Silicon Valley is not. They're all geeks and freaks. Guys are geeks, women are freaks, because they want a geek who want to be a freak. So yeah. So that's one of the things that you just gotta look at that. If you go to a city like San Jose and you see everybody of one type, the food is of one type. I didn't know that until I really started studying cities and food and what kind of food they have in that particular city. Yeah, it's like going to a city where everybody's black. You're gonna find soul food restaurants everywhere. Oh yeah. But so San Jose is the exact same thing. They never heard of DEI. It's not very, very diverse with people or food or cars, for that instance, because everybody got a Tesla. So it's not a very, very diverse city. So you go there, do not be disappointed at what you get and what you're gonna pay for what you get, because you're gonna pay a lot but not get a lot. That's just that culture out there. I'm sure the biggest selling thing out there drink wise is probably Red Bull, because when you see them, they look like they work 90 hours a damn day, and then they get home. They go home and write more code. It's just a weird looking environment. So this is your boy DJ Leon D saying, hey, San Jose ain't the way. Peace.